I guess just the stretch of the season where, you kind of step back from classes and whatnot. I mean, how beneficial is this for the team, with just a schedule like that?
Yeah, I think it's really beneficial for a lot of us. We can focus more on recovery stuff, which I think, we needed during that first part of the season. But I think it's really nice because we're all in here getting shots up. We're all, utilizing all the stuff we have in the recovery. So I think from a recovery standpoint, it's probably the biggest thing that we'll benefit from.
I know coaches always emphasize just these home games in the Big Ten and how important they are. I mean, I think for the next 6 at home, how much of a defining stretch can you feel like this can be for your season?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. She always says home court is gold. So we really need to win those games to help us, give us a little bit of leniency on the road, because road games are hard, especially in the Big Ten. We're going out to USC, UCLA, some of those bigger schools. So any games we can get at home, I think, are beneficial. And we saw that last year when we lost a couple easy ones at home, and it just kind of affected the net, the record, all that stuff. So from an upperclassman standpoint, kind of understanding the net and stuff, home games are really, really critical for us.
What if, is that a conversation, just with understanding the bigger picture, how beneficial has that been just with a veteran team maybe understanding that, and maybe how we kind of brought along the younger guys like Barry and some others?
Yeah, I think it's super important for all of us to understand it, and I think Coach Green's done a really good job of kind of introducing that to us, because I remember my first year we didn't talk about it at all, just because she was new team, we want to focus on winning games, focus on our system and all that. But I really think the past couple of years we've really kind of locked into how important the net games are. I know last year Nebraska at home, that was a huge net game on the at home for us. So just kind of knowing that, I think it helps us kind of go into games knowing which ones are more important than the others. Obviously you want to win them all, but there's some games that have a little more meaning to them than others, and then that can help us get a March Madness run for the BIT.
Do these new teams from the West Coast present a different style of play or a different challenge for you guys?
Yeah, I think they do. I think, they're big across the board, so I think that's something, with us being a smaller team, but that also brings advantages for us. So I think just kind of working kind of that into scout and stuff like that is super important, but I think it's really exciting to kind of get those West Coast teams in here, different system, different players, so yeah.
What have you maybe seen, just from film of looking at Oregon, what's been sort of emphasized the last couple of days as you got back to practice here?
Yeah, they shoot a lot of transition threes. They like to kind of get it out and go quick. They utilize their bigs really well. Their bigs are very, very active. They obviously have a 6'8" player who's pretty good with their hands, all that stuff. So it's important for us to kind of get our defense, our transition defense especially, and then being able to attack. They ice a lot of screens, so being able to get our guards downhill for the pull-ups, get us for the pick and pops, all that stuff.
I know maybe Oregon State was similar in terms of height for their. Are they a different style of team though between the two of them, the way they play?
Yeah, I think Oregon State was a little more half court. They want to play it in a half court. They want to slow it down. They really want to get it to their bigs a lot. But I think Oregon is a little more guard heavy. Their guards push it quick. They get their bigs if they're open, but Deja Kelly, all of them are trying to get downhill, pull ups, threes. So I think Oregon's a little more guard focused than Oregon State was.
Gotcha. I guess just. What's stepping back maybe from you personally, your schedule that you've had,
Yeah.
just kind of what was that like over the fall semester? Did you anticipate how much it was going to be, how in-depth it was going to be for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I had anticipated it just because I've been doing it for a semester. Obviously, the hours for teaching weren't that long, but I mean, it was a lot. But once you get into a groove of it, I mean, it's just one day rolls into the next. But I mean, a 7 to 7 was a lot. But I mean, this next semester will be a little bit easier. I only have 2 classes, so I'll be getting home at 5 or 6 instead of 7:30. So I mean, it's pretty similar, but I mean, a little bit easier. But I've been doing it for so long; it's just one day into the next.
Do you know what to do with yourself when you have free time?
No, I mean, it's really nice. Usually when I have an off day, I'll sleep, I'll do the dishes, laundry, whatever I haven't been able to do. But usually I do my homework on the weekends because I don't have time during the week. So Saturdays or Sundays are just homework days, and then go on to the next.
Just for you personally, just the growth, in terms of what you've done with your game of expanding it, what's that sort of look like for you, and do you feel so much more comfortable with where you are and what's expected of you?
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable. I've been working with Coach Kat and even Coach Ryan when he was here, all the time, trying to get that outside game going, and I really feel last year and then really this year, it's really just clicked for me, and especially just being as undersized as I am, I think it helps, because if I didn't have that, I don't think I would be as successful because I am so undersized. But being able to pull them out, and then I'm getting a little more comfortable off the bounce, trying to drive from the high post. So I think it's been really crucial to kind of my development and being able to help the team. I feel it, pulls bigs out for the guards to be able to drive and all that stuff. So I feel it just kind of benefits everybody.
kind of spoke about that, but what have you maybe seen of how opponents approach you differently now that you can show those sort of things?
I feel like they're a lot tighter to me. You know, I feel like in the years past they've kind of sunk off a little bit, especially from three. They really haven't come out to guard me, but now I feel like they're a lot closer, and then which again opens everything up, and then the guards are able to get, you know, downhill more. But I feel like I'm also able to take them off the bounce to kind of do a one dribble pull up if I need it. So it's been kind of nice to kind of create those mismatches when I see them.
All good.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you.